On this episode of Tabletop Continuum, make a stealth roll with advantage to hop on the wagon and listen in on the budding journey of our first Dungeons and Dragons campaign. As Ankor awaits the news of his parents' arrival to the White Prize, the days grow drearier as the rest of Postal Karma begin their personal quests for guidance against their fears. As we then say, welcome to the World of Morath. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Tabletop Continuum. This is Ty.
Um,
Robin.
I'm Austin.
My name's Valkyrie. And I'm Melissa.
What is up with two of you? Two of you sound so distressed.
Are you guys okay?
no, I missed last week, so it was a very rough time for me.
Well, you're here now,
Yeah.
and we welcome
Yay.
you with hugs.
Oh,
Absolutely.
okay.
Hugs.
Oh,
All the hugs.
And what's going on with you, Robin?
I mean, it's been a day.
I thought you were just copying me to mock me.
No, I was just laughing at you. I couldn't stop laughing. And then I couldn't unmute fast enough.
Fair enough.
Getting to hang out with you
Anyway.
guys is a treat.
So who's ready for some whatever in the world you would like to call the chaos that is this?
Gurgins and Gavins.
Isn't it called World of Morath?
Well, yeah, there's
Is it?
multiple. Those names are valid, but I feel like there's a word in a not explicit manner that details the cacophony of the paradoxes and hilarity that is this beautiful campaign.
Question: is it a copyrighted term or not?
I don't know, but how to figure it
Gotta
is
find some
not.
copyrighted music so I can start
hope it's
singing
not
during these
copyrighted.
campaigns.
True. I mean, we can make some.
True!
Oh no.
Where did we leave off?
Yes, I was just about to get to that. Where last we left off. After escaping from the dungeons of Malek Monajo alongside Mayolt and a not so well kept, emaciated direwolf aptly named Moonjumper, you find Kree in the brush as you venture as far away as possible. Learning a little bit about the Bardic Guild Sentinels of Hue from Mayolt as its former co-founder, who you broke out with, you all venture at morning to create more distance between you and the law. You're led partway by High Priestess Loch Moorstone to the Highlands Smithshire after successfully befriending a second direwolf, whom you have named Sundancer. And afterward, some reunions to the White Prize, wherein you meet High Chieftain Postos. As per the chieftain's command, you fought at dawn against both he and Loch, as you all banded together beside Ankor in a show of strength and a family that Loch and Postos failed to beat, wherein you dub yourselves Postal Karma in celebration, as Postos calls for a search party to help Ankor's parents to safety. Loch proceeded to tell you all of a hub for a guild called the Bounty Folk, insisting you're ready to venture there. But that will have to wait, as the most recent morning, Siobhan, you were plagued by nightmares and visions of bloodshed and ghosts of vague recognition of your past as a horrific drive has begun to pool within you, which you went to Loch for advice, who unfortunately did not give you much other than to find safety in your numbers. As for you, Kree, the morning was a grim reminder of your past and your years of survival. Though through Angus's comfort, you were given some solace to sustain the pain of your transformation through the night, as the new sun rises after a second night of sanctuary. As everyone begins to rise, Siobhan, I'm going to need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw. Do not forget that you have a
Woohoo!
+2 because you're close to Ankor.
Yeah.
Right. Hooray, hooray, hooray. All right. That's a 13. Or 14, sorry, 14.
14?
What was? Did you add the +2 that I give?
15.
Yeah, okay. So, you are unfortunately met with the same dream, vision, however you wish to call it. Again, seeing the graveyard of a battlefield before you, the many falchions and other bladed weapons surrounding the ground, each weapon almost like a gravestone. As in the distance you see the same two figures as before, a feminine figure holding a masculine one by the throat, holding him aloft. You feel a bit of courage to inch closer to the figures, passing through almost a sea of weapons around you as more features begin to show. You feel tense, you feel mortified but drawn still as you continue pushing yourself forward. Now, about halfway between where you were before and where the two stand. You see now details that you didn't notice before, primarily bright, sickly so, almost like blood droop earrings dangling from this woman's ears. A faint tint of bloodlust in her eyes as she stares right at the man that is in her hands. The man's features seem all the more familiar in a nostalgic but horrifically bittersweet way. The chiseled form of his jaw, the soft stubble that skates across his chin down to the start of his neck, his eyes wide and frightened, but still holding a sense of honor even in this situation of stagnance. The two pairs of eyes suddenly, almost with a flash, look straight at you, and you are immediately woken up in a fierce sweat from everything. You still have one corruption point, but you have not gained or lost anymore.
Oh, that's good.
Good-ish.
You still got
Yeah,
some corruption.
exactly. Good-ish, good-ish.
Better than bad.
Yes. I sit bolt upright again, angry at the fact that I had another night of terrible sleep, and I begin to replay the dream in my mind. I'm almost positive now that I saw Simone and Bastia.
That you did.
I thought so. Hooray! Memories. Oh, memories. And just without even being able to stop them, hot, angry tears start rolling down my face. Uh, just in an extreme panic and frustration, and because I don't want to cry in front of everybody. um, yeah, so I try and wipe the tears away as quickly as I can, hoping that nobody heard me. What time did you say it was?
I did not mention the time yet. It's about mid morning, 8, 9 ish, not terribly late.
Great. I stumble up and go find
I went to sleep early
mm,
ish, not terribly bad, as now that you mention it. Ankor, as you begin to rouse, I need you to roll me a constitution saving throw because of how much you drank last night.
Of course, it was just one goblet.
Hard. And Corey also needs to roll. Which he is fine. He has no hangover.
way to go.
13.
Yeah, you have a little bit of a hangover. As Corey yet again kind of laying on your stomach like a sloth, like feeling the rumbling from your grogginess and your growl. He kind of half asleep, kind of opens his eyes. Huh? Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
You okay?
Head hurty.
Oh, want me to get you some water?
I appreciate it. And I just roll my head to the side to look at Siobhan. Siobhan, you okay?
Siobhan wipes her face hurriedly. Yeah, Anchor, I'm fine. I'm fine. Are you okay? You had a pretty well, I'd say you had a pretty rough night, but you only drank one flagon of ale, so for you that's a pretty rough night.
Yeah. Hey, Corey.
Yeah.
Siobhan trying to hide it again. Can you get water for her as well?
Yeah, I can do that. As he goes to get up, he looks at you, Siobhan, for a moment, raising his eyebrow. How hardly are you trying to hide the tears and such?
Pretty hard.
Okay. I want you to roll perception because Corey's going to try and read you with insight.
Okie dokie. Let me do that real quick.
Wouldn't it be more of like sleight of hand or something?
Sleight of hand is more. He's not doing it in a sneaky manner. He's just straight up trying to read her. Sleight of
Okay.
hand is more of for hand tricks or trying to steal
Trying to
something.
steal from people.
Eh, Well, Siobhan's trying to wipe away her tears.
In a way, she's still trying to deceive and hide things about her emotions.
True.
That was a 15.
Oof. Corey looks at you, leans in a little bit, standing at the door, kind of squinting at you. You can immediately see on his face just a look of, I know you're hiding shit. But he says nothing as he takes off the board that locks the inside of the door before going out to get some water for you two. As that is going on, Angus, Yurgia, Kitty. What are y'all doing?
Yogia has finally woken up from her dream sleep. I'm doing quotation marks and I realized you can't see me doing them. And um she doesn't she kind of just like sits right up as if like she wasn't actually like asleep. And I guess the question is to the DM as to what's the current state of the room.
Current state of the room, it looks fine. Like it looks about as well as how you remember when you talked to Angus last. Not like everything with your belongings and everything is copacetic. The one thing that you notice is uh, Angus is asleep, and there is a small, floofy, very floofy floof ball near the foot of his bed. And there's
I was
also a
gonna say
notable
more
figure
like
that
kind
is.
of like pressed up to his leg
Oh, okay.
for warmth.
And there's also a notable someone who's gone poof.
Cree is not there. Her stuff's there, but not
Oh.
Cree.
Yogia, can I like roll?
Can I roll to wake up at the sound of Yorga waking up? Because you know how cats have that supernatural power. It's like they could be like 3 rooms away and in a like separate level of the house, and they'll hear you like turn over when you wake up, and they'll be like, "Oh, feeding time, let's go."
um, you know what? Roll me perception.
The Yorgo was about to do a rolling of some kind.
Yeah,
I
what
was
you wanted to do, Yorgia?
I was requesting to roll. I don't know what would you roll in that situation. I want to see if Yogia can put 2 and 2 together that this cat sleeping with Angus is Cree, or if she doesn't figure it out.
I feel like it'd be pretty high because
Yeah.
Perception?
it's like
Perception is more in relation to basic senses like alertness. Trying
either
to
investigation
actively.
or insight, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would feel like insight is better because insight is based on like true intentions of things. It can relate to like beating against deception, but it's also in a way putting things together.
Okay, yeah. So do you want me to roll that normally or on like at disadvantage?
I
Um,
mean, Yorga has no like prior like
Knowledge.
would Cree or not Cree? Would Yorga have like any reason to believe that like this cat is Cree? Because I mean,
no,
Yorga,
because there's
yeah,
been nothing established or like any kind of any doubts or anything like that. So with that in mind, you're rolling a disadvantage.
Okay. Oh, that
Also,
sucks
I
'cause
got
I
a
rolled a nat
16 on
20
my
on that
perception
first
roll.
one, and then I rolled a 12 on the other.
Yeah, so
That's probably gonna be my only nat 20 of the night.
oh no, you got a nat 20 and then because of the disadvantage,
Yeah.
oh no,
I got 12 on the other one.
oh yeah. So Kree, you very quickly notice the sound of creaking wood as a figure has walked a little bit closer to yours and Angus's bed. They're not extremely close, but you still heard something, and it immediately perks you up.
Cool. So there's gonna guess that it's Yorga, and now there's just
Yes.
Kitty is staring at Yorga. She's just gonna stare for a moment. She's not entirely sure what to do. It depends on what Yorga does. But right now she's just kind of like she hasn't moved other than like put her head up and is like watching.
Also, keep in mind this kitty is floofy.
Yeah, Fluffy.
That
So,
is quite crucial to remember.
so what conclusion did I draw?
There's a cat,
There's a cat.
and Cree is not here. She must be gone somewhere. But there's a cat.
Mm-hmm. I kind of wish I got like a nat 1 and Yorgi is led to believe that this cat ate Kree or something.
I will say that given that you had a 12, you feel like there's an uncanniness to the spots that are on the cat's face, but you can't really pinpoint.
Okay.
This
Yorgi
cat
like
seems familiar, but I'm not sure why.
But not
You're-
too familiar.
yeah, Yorgi like looks at the
Deja
cat. Yorgi looks at the cat and like
It
does
did
like a
this
little
way
like
before.
finger thing and does it's going like pss, 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 pss.
Cat it's like kind of like watches for a second and then like gets up like stretching as the cat does with the little arch back and just kind of like carefully like tops over towards Yorga and just kind of like very lightly headbutts her hand in an effort to be like, pet me, how do cats do.
No.
Yorgi gives the kitties some little head scritches. I
Very
want
much
you to know
enjoy.
that my pss has gotten my cat to start walking all over me. So the things I do for roleplay. So yeah, Yorgia is petting the kitty, like giving a little head scritches, and like looks at you and like, hey kitty, where's Kree? Like just kind of like rhetorical question at this cat who she assumes has no sentience outside of nap and pet.
Cree hears the question, chooses to ignore it completely and just continue like, getting the head scritches and just, doing the cat things when they're being pet.
Roll me
I don't know how to explain it.
deception, Kree.
Can't I roll performance? She made
Depends.
she made the conscious decision to do
I
this.
mean, you can make a conscious decision to deceive someone to try and be more of a cat.
Well, right now it's like at this point right now she's just like, ooh, head sketchies.
Okay, if you're not actively trying to do something, then you don't need to roll anything. Damn.
Yeah.
Ah,
She's not
what's
actively,
going-
but she's just enjoying head sketches.
What's going on? What's happening?
I just found I think a cat got into our room.
Oh, that's Kree.
What? Yorgia like pulls her hand away in surprise.
Can I
Not out
roll?
of disgust, just like surprise.
I say, Kree, settle down. I have to tell her. I'm not gonna tell anyone else, but I have to tell her. Because let's be real here. Well, I can tell everyone else that you're hiding away in the room. She's in the room as well. And if she tries to leave, and then she'll tell everyone else you're not in here and everyone will go looking for you.
She kind of has like it's like there's a look on her face where it's like she doesn't like it, but she agrees.
For
No.
those in the other room that wish to try and hear, like,
Why is everybody
blast the ear at the wall.
No, hang on. I need to say this now. Is the entire next door room just in a constant state of talking to each other and walking along the walls with glasses to the wall or some shit?
The
Like, come
walls are
on.
thin.
I mean, as much
No,
as,
if they're that thin,
as
then
much
I'm not having conversations in these rooms.
as much as Melissa
I
wants
mean,
to
like
know what's
it was
going
a
on with
surprised
Kree,
meow, but it wasn't a loud meow. I do want to say that.
They're not terribly thin. It's like they would really have to
You'd have to
put
be
their ear.
listening, right?
They have to put their ear on the wall and really try and focus in order to really comprehend what's being said. But without active listening, they just kind of hear more of.
Look, as much as Melissa is interested in what's going on with Kree, I think Siobhan's got her own problems right now.
And Ankor's hungover. And then Corey's off somewhere getting water for the two of them. Nobody in that room is in a state to listen.
Which Corey has arrived with water for both of our paladins, and he is in major, major dad mode.
Yep. So Yorgia is trying to process the whole this cat is Cree thing at the moment. I have several questions.
Well, to be fair, I have some as well. She told me a little bit, not much. I'll wait for her to not be a cat again to let her answer them for you if she chooses. How about that?
Yeah. So Yorgia in her head is right now just trying to figure out, like, so if Cree turns into a cat, then what race is she? I was like trying to figure out that. Because like
I mean, like, yeah, because I mean, like, I've Cree could pass as human or elf, depending on the time of month. And she certainly passed as both, but she is neither.
yeah, so
It's not like she ever told anybody what race she is.
I don't think that's just not something that people really come out and announce, it seems. It's just kind of like, oh, you look like this, therefore I'm going to assume you're this, in terms of like how people treat race in this world. Kind of just an
Yeah.
automatic assumption sort of
People
deal.
come right out and say it, but those people are usually assholes.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Or lying.
Well, I thought Cree was probably human, but now I'm not sure.
Yeah. Unless Cree is a human with a curse or something. I don't know.
I mean,
Dun dun dun.
technically cursed. But like,
But it's like the
still not a
cutest
human.
curse. I mean, I'm not saying anyone should be cursed, but seriously, I mean, Cree has the cutest curse.
Mhm.
Well, less of a curse, more just like this happened because of magic, but it wasn't intentional. Anyway, we can move on.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Can I like?
Cree's just kind of like sitting on the bed, and she's just kind of like looking between Yorga and Angus.
Hey, can I roll like history or something to see if I have any idea what the fuck's up with Cree?
Yeah, roll me history.
Okay. I got a 20.
Modded or nat?
Modded.
What?
Modded.
Okay. Sorry, I heard one person say mod, one person say nat. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, sorry,
Anyway.
I was laughing.
sorry.
That wasn't me.
I said damn. As in
Ah.
damn.
So, you've never quite heard of a race that's been able to transform into a cat. You've heard of curses similar to lycanthropy that create werecats, but you're not 100% sure if this is actually a curse. The closest race that you can think of that is feline that's on Morath is the shifters from a continent that are really far away. You remember hearing there is a small island on the north end of the archipelago that does have a shifter reservation, but you've never really dove deep into the history of that reservation or really the shifters in full.
But shifters do it voluntarily, and I have no reason to believe that this is a voluntary thing that Kree's doing.
Yes.
Especially if Kree was upset at my finding out about it. I don't think Kree would willingly do that so that just wouldn't make sense. So, I mean,
So yeah, you have two ideas primarily right now: werecat or shifter.
I'm leaning towards werecat right now because that's the one that makes the most sense, because this does not seem like it's a voluntary thing. And I mean, if it was, I think it would have come in handy before. I can't think of when it would have come in handy, but I'm sure it could have.
Just charisma, hold up an itty bitty cat. Like, you must look at this. Immediately befriends because of that one.
Was Puss in Boots it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Are you going to stand at my bed the entire morning, or?
I'm sorry. I'm just postulating. So I guess we're gonna. So what?
We're going to
Yogia
tell
gestures toward, like, gestures with both hands around Kree.
the
What do about this?
the current plan, since Kree would like to not tell everyone else,
Mm-hmm.
is to tell everyone, and now I have a second person to back me up, that Kree is having her monthly issue, which is technically true. There's no
Mhm.
need to try to deceive anyone. No need for any sort of deception.
Yeah.
But yes, that's what we're going to tell everyone, and that she wants to be alone and would rather anybody that isn't in her room to just kind of stay out of her room for now and give her some space.
Kree
Okay.
gods.
And we also, I guess, just still kind of confused, because it's okay because animal, but also animal is person. Pats Kree on the head very awkwardly, kind of like a, not hard, but like a thump, thump, thump kind of pat, flat-handed, going to reassure Kree that this is not weird to us, and that no one thinks she's bad for this.
Mm-hmm.
Kree, as Angus like kind of like pets Kree, she like leans up into the hand and like walks towards him, trying to get him to like, you know, kind of like pet her. Cause she does enjoy it.
Also, I totally heard your cat and that.
Oh, my cat's been purring. So
Yep.
yeah.
I swear, we just need to take like a sound clip of your cat's purring and put it at any point that creeper.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't.
Dang. I've been trying to like just my purring noises, but I can't do it loud enough for my phone to pick it up.
Oh no!
I mean, if I held my phone up like straight to my face, maybe.
Yeah.
Kree's just like kind of letting her cat side take over a little bit. She's just like, yes, pets, they feel nice, more.
So like, so when does this whole thing not be thing anymore? When do we get like
When the
Yorgi
new
like
moon
puts up a,
passes. When the new moon
okay.
Yes.
As Yorgi is saying that, she's like gesturing her hand at around like the height that Kree would be. Like, when do we get this sized Kree back? Okay. So it's just one day of just trying to keep this a secret from the rest of the party. Until next month.
Exactly.
And then we'll just figure it out what we'll do then. Okay. Sorry, did you hear that?
Yeah, we heard that.
Yes.
Big yawn.
As you eventually succumb to the cuteness that is Kitty Cree and begin just scritching her face.
Mm-hmm.
She does actually, like, as she gets more pets, she does actually start purring.
Aww.
She has like, she's purring. She got like the happy kitty squinty eye face. She's just very happy. Cause like, look, it's like last night she was not feeling too good, so full body massages are really nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as the both of you are actually petting her, you realize that a lot of her muscles, like, are really stiff, and as you continue to pet her, however however fits your style, not fiercely, please. Don't hurt poor kitty. You do feel her actually relaxing.
Yay, that's good.
As that is going on, Siobhan, Anchor, how are you two doing now that Corey has brought you some water and is helping you two kind of ground?
Thank you, baby. I love you.
Love you too. And he kisses your cheek.
Aww, that's gay.
Yes.
Siobhan, you feeling okay?
Yeah, thank you very much. I feel a little bit better. I'm mm, I'm hoping that maybe tomorrow night I can have an actual good night of sleep.
Another nightmare, huh?
Yes, unfortunately.
Hmm. And
Want to talk about it?
Well, this one seemed to be more vivid than the last. I actually recognized people in this dream.
good, bad.
Mm, I wish it were good, but mostly bad. Bad memories. Memories that I thought I would never have to drudge up into existence again.
Do you want to talk about them or do you want to wait?
No, I mean, no, I don't want to talk about them. Let's just keep moving forward.
Anchor holds up his arms for a hug.
Corey sees
Siobhan,
this and brings an arm out as well. Group hug?
Siobhan smiles and nods and accepts their hug.
Yay.
I would like you all to know that as I said that, I clicked on another group link and I got a gif of Shia LaBeouf. Do it!
Yes. You have been pressured by Shia LaBeouf
Shia
to
LaBeouf.
succumb to the support.
The buff with the
I've been pressured.
Shilas.
Yes, I've been pressured by actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. Lurking in the shadows.
Corey looks at the two of you for a moment as he lets go of you guys. So, shall we get the others for food?
Sure.
Yes. Let's. Nothing better to combat a horrible dream like a full stomach.
We're gonna have Angus cook. I don't think I can do it.
You sure?
I mean, I can try, but I can't guarantee they'll be as good as usual.
Okay, we can talk to Angus about it. Anyway,
Well,
and he
for the record, Anchor, I just wanted to say that I am so proud of you. You
Oh,
did it.
thank you. What'd I do?
You got shit faced, Anchor. You got shit faced.
I don't feel proud of that at all.
give it a few more
Ah,
times. You'll get used to it.
mm-hmm. Your constitution will get stronger.
Little more vigor. Anyway, and he gets up, heading over to the door. Shall we wake up the others?
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure.
As without even thinking of waiting for the two of you, he opens up the door, just heading over to the other's room, and just
And just
And
Di-
just
And
He-
just
I was knocking on my desk and I was hoping it would have picked it up, but apparently
Nope.
not.
Nope.
It
No.
most certainly did not.
All right. So
No!
the moment Kree hears knocking, you know how cats when they freak out they'll like spread out grabbing the ground real quick. You know that?
mhm.
So she basically does that, looks at the door, zooms off the bed, runs around the room a couple of times, and then crawls under Angus's bed.
Oh, frightened kitty zoomies.
oh no.
Yeah. So she's currently underneath of the bed now.
Um,
Sorry,
Oh.
Noom.
fine.
Yeah, basically
Uh,
that gif Robin just
still-
sent.
Angus kind of pulls back the blanket and goes, "I'm still naked."
Georgia realizes that she is the only person who doesn't have a physical secret that needs to be hidden, and therefore it is her turn to go to the door.
She
Georgia
realizes that she too is naked. Nope.
No, please.
Georgia walks over to the door, and like, what kind of locking mechanism do these doors have, by the way?
They have they have a giant plank board thing that's just propped onto two large little metal things that keep the door in place so that it can't be, because it opens to the inside, so the board blocks it from being able to open.
Okay. Georgia lifts up the plank and puts it to the side, and
What is
then
strength?
it's it's just a fucking plank.
A
Okay,
plank made by orcs.
I got a 3.
Oof.
Of you,
I'm
you're a little too
I'm-
sleepy.
I'm sorry.
I like
do we
how-
have to roll strength to leave our hotel room?
I mean, Kree did it last time, and she did it just fine.
So I couldn't lift up the fucking plank.
You're too tired to pull up the plank right now.
Who
you are
freaking
not
placed the plank then?
If you are not strong enough to lift plank, you are not strong enough to go down to breakfast.
We're gonna have to escape out
Stay in the room
freaking.
and starve.
Some
We're gonna have to
campaigns it
escape
takes an
out the
hour and a
window.
half to open a flipping door.
Okay,
I've been in one
It's
of those.
not usually because the door is heavy.
I wanted to kill every single person at that table with love and kindness and
Yogia-
the
And
pears
tonight,
and the
okay.
pork.
Yogia leans against the door and is like, "Who is it?"
It's your boy,
Hi,
Corey.
Corey.
Someone's a little tired.
Just a little bit. You see, we have I'm very tired and I'm having trouble lifting the plank. So, like, what's going on? You can tell me through the door.
We were just wanting to meet up with everyone to have breakfast. I figured you, Angus, and Kree would want something. You especially. You were asleep all flipping day yesterday.
Yeah.
Yogia realizes now that she is actually quite hungry because she hasn't eaten in 24 hours. Yeah. I'd love to. In fact, Angus, you're hungry, right?
yes, I am.
Uh, um, hey, Kree. Oh, Kree, are you feeling okay? She's like, she's mimicking a conversation with Kree, and like filling in like how you like pretend you're on the phone while you're like walking home at night.
When Kree hears her name,
Deception.
she kind of like moves out from under the bed and just kind of gives Yorga a questioning look because she's a little confused. Like, you do know I'm a cat right now.
Are you trying to actively kind of sound like Kree? Are you trying to voice as if Kree is in the back end of the room?
I'm not copying Kree's voice. I'm just kind of doing the mimicking a telephone conversation where I'm saying my half as if I'm responding to their half. Do I still need to roll deception for that?
No, you're fine.
Okay. Whew.
I would have made you roll if you were trying to mimic her voice.
Oh no, 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 no.
She has very, very quiet, tiny voice.
Yeah, I don't.
Teeny tiny.
Yogi is too
And
retrograde.
if she's not feeling good, of course, it's going to be even like quieter than normal. So I feel like this could be pulled off.
Yogia is way too much of a contralto to try and mimic Kree's voice, and won't even make the attempt. Anyway, oh Kree, you don't look so good. Is everything okay? Okay, so do you want to just like stay in bed for the day? Okay, that makes sense. So, uh, Angus and I will be down in a minute. I just need to wake up a little bit because I'm not woken up enough to lift this stupid plank off the door. But Kree isn't feeling too well, so I'm thinking Kree's just gonna stay upstairs.
Okay. Do you want us to bring you? Well, if you can't open the door now, that might be a problem. Angus,
I
you
can
and
lift it up in a moment. It's fine.
okay. Do you guys want to stay in the room with Cree? Do you want
No,
us to bring the food to you, or
we'll come down in a moment and we'll bring Kreese up.
okay? Don't have to be too loud because Ankor has a hangover.
Mm.
What happened
Mhm.
yesterday?
Ankor got drunk.
Oh, why?
Ask
reason.
Corey.
No reason.
That's not an answer.
It is an answer. Anyway, we'll see you. See you at breakfast.
Okay.
Corey goes back over to you, Ankor, and Siobhan before helping you, Ankor, in your hungover state, to head outside to where the open mess hall is, where Lo has begun preparing um, a bit of a basic breakfast, which, unfortunately, she does not have her sister's cooking skills, as you notice a faint bit of darkness in the color of the smoke as she is attempting to make oatmeal, and it is not going well at the fire.
How do you
Burnt
burn?
default.
Mm,
How do you burn oatmeal?
Uh, First of all, as somebody that works in a kitchen, easily.
I can show you if you want.
Lo looks at you for oh, Ankor, lovely to see you. And you brought some of your friends. How many of you are joining us for breakfast?
5, but the other is gonna have it up in the room.
Oh, okay. Um, yes, please help me with the cooking. I'm not nearly as well as Vogue was.
I can try, but got a bit of headache.
Okay. Well, I can still help you. I can tell you're not in the best headspace. How much did you drink last night?
1.
Oh, oh. Vogue never really let you drink, did she?
It's not that, I just chose not to.
Oh, oh, fair enough. Um, well, we can still work together to work on breakfast. I seem to have gone a little overboard.
Mhm. Alright, I'm gonna try.
Okay. And even though you have someone who's working with you because of your hungover state, um, Anchor, roll me performance.
$11.
You don't burn the oatmeal, but today is a rather simple breakfast. You manage to find a few berries to add a little bit of color and flavor to the oatmeal, but it's nothing spectacular.
Sorry.
Nope, it's okay. It's certainly better than my first attempt.
Looks good to me. I mean, it's food, isn't it?
You're not here, Angus.
Oh, am I upstairs still? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you're stuck in the room.
You still need to open
You
the
haven't
door.
rolled to. You haven't rolled to get out of the room yet.
What's that? I'm talking in my sleep. What? Hello?
Which, speaking of Angus, have you dressed?
I am now dressed and plucking my brows currently.
Cree has crawled out from under the bed. She is no longer. It's like she's crawled out, and she's just kind of like meandering around the room a little bit.
Yorgia, how are you taking this?
Yorgia has decided to start getting dressed and is like currently like sifting through her bag, which seems to never end with the types of clothes inside, and is just kind of allowing them to go about their own thing. It seems that this room is a room full of people with fucked up secrets.
Cree kind of like she kind of like takes note of Yorga like sifting through the bag and just like kind of hops up to whatever surface is nearest and just kind of like looks at it because she's just curious.
Yep.
Are you actively trying to look into it to see what's inside?
You know what? Yeah, she is. She wants to know what's inside.
Okay.
Oh.
Yogia isn't gonna actively prevent you from looking in her bag, but other than her stuff she needs for in terms of like survival, you see she does have a lot of clothes in her bag. Mostly almost exclusively in blacks and navy blues with and there's a lot of pieces that you haven't seen her wear before, particularly stuff that's more on like the high fashion level than the cloaks and um loose pants that she's typically been seen wearing as you've traveled through the woods. But there's some I guess there's some dresses and blouses and skirts that have what look to be like constellation patterns on them. Very much a space theme to her outfits, along with some water notes as well. So that's basically all you see. It's basically just a lot of um space goth looks in terms of her clothes.
Anything shiny catches Kree's attention. She's not gonna do anything other than just kind of like stare at it for a moment, with her tail kind of like flicking back and forth. But yeah, it's like that anything shiny catches her eye, mostly because it's shiny.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of there's like a lot of I guess what you could consider like more high-end fabric in her stuff and a lot of like shiny embroidery. So I'm sure a cat would very much get some enjoyment out of the visuals of her bag. Uh, After Georgia gets herself dressed, she once again kind of just goes for black cloak, black pants, black boots, avoiding her more fancy clothing. I'm gonna try for the door again.
Okay, roll me strength.
Oh boy.
Make a door check.
5.
Nope.
It's still not happening, is it?
It's still not happening. You get it a little bit more, like you manage to get a little more heft, but it's not enough. Oh,
Oof.
oh no,
Melissa.
Melissa poofed.
Melissa was
no.
having enough of that door.
Melissa says, "Fuck your stupid fucking door."
Exactly like
I
that,
love how
too.
Kree, the tiny 5-foot undernourished bard, was able to easily lift the plank off, and Yorga over here is like has tried it twice and still can't get it off.
It's beautiful. Angus, do you want to try?
They were
Let the sickly
Yorga
elf
didn't
have a
even get to
chance
see
at
that.
it.
Yorga didn't even get to see Kree just like easily take off the plank because she was asleep yesterday.
In panic mode, and Kree just like woof.
Well, she wasn't panicking at the time. She was just like, "Oh, it's Ankor at the door." Whoop, whoop.
Oh no.
Yes, I'll take a try at the door. Why not?
Roll me strength.
See if the sickly little sorcerer can get it done.
Why'd they put all the weak people in one room?
I mean, Kree's not like
No.
super weak. She's just a cat right now. Oh no.
What?
Rolled a 2. It was a 3 minus 1.
Oh There's only one thing to try left. Angus and Yor are gonna work together to try and lift the thing off. How did they put it on last night?
I don't know. Kree did it.
Tyler was
No,
making
Kree
us
couldn't have
roll
done it.
for it then.
Both of you roll strength, and I'll take the average.
Okay.
Take the average.
Oh my
You
gosh.
fucking better.
Oh, I got a 10, thank God.
I got a 4.
You got
got
a
a what?
4.
No.
4.
Nope.
Can I give Angus a bardic inspiration?
Can you
Yeah,
do that?
I will allow this with a cute little melodic meow. You have given the sorcerer bardic inspiration.
I
Be
hate
like,
this
you can
family.
do it.
I'm gonna
Okay,
die
so-
tonight, and it's
so-
gonna be because
so
of this
that's
door.
Is that a D6? Is that a D6?
Yeah, I think it's a D8. Let me double check. Yes, D8.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. No,
One more
no.
time.
Oh, okay. So now it's a. Oh, wait a minute. I should roll again first. Okay, so well, I didn't need the bardic inspiration because I got a natural 20.
And
Yes.
he's just like, I'm tired of this. At this door.
Exactly. You just go, okay, you know what? And you just grab it from the bottom and just, whoa, just hold it. Just throw it up in the air, and it just maneuvers perfectly to where it lands next to the door on its smaller side, leaning onto the door frame just slightly, staying in place. It's open. Fuck that door.
I would like breakfast. Would you, Yorga?
I would love breakfast, thank you. You're gonna like almost look like she's in tears.
I agree as I put the door back, which no, Tyler, I'm not rolling for it. I say, we'll be right back with some breakfast. Stay in the room.
Considering the door opens to the inside, someone would have to put the board over it in order to lock it. So whether you close the door or not right now, it's not going to be locked. So Kree's going to be fine.
Yeah, look, I'm not gonna even even if Cree wasn't a cat right now, she probably wouldn't try to lock the door on Angus and Yorica.
Okay, there we go.
Hey, Melissa's back.
You missed so much with the door.
You missed so much.
You missed the greatest door action ever. I was about to say, like, Cree intimidates the door into opening. I was about to be like, can I try this? Because we're not getting anywhere else right now.
I think I was about to request Angus cast a guiding bolt on the door.
I was so ready to. You don't understand. I was literally about to say, well, I'm gonna start destroying the door, I suppose.
Could you imagine? It's just like the rest of the party's outside. They just hear a small explosion, and then just Angus and Yorga walking out there, like covered in like soot. And it's like, hey, we're here for breakfast. It's like, what was that? It's like, oh, don't worry about it.
It'll be fixed by morning. It's fine.
As anticlimactically as ever, after this wonderful spectacle of struggle against the almighty door, Yorgia, Angus, you two go outside to the open mess hall to see a hungover Ankor, a doting Corey who's tending not only to Ankor,
Hello?
but also occasionally to
Oh.
Melissa, who sorry, not
Siobhan?
Melissa, to Siobhan.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hiya.
Okay, sorry. My computer crapped out, which was not a surprise to me.
Oof.
So I'm on Discord on my phone, but I should be good now.
Okay, awesome. But yeah, you see Corey helping Ankor, very much hungover, and Siobhan, who seems not fully there, as you see that there's food available, but it's not quite as bountiful and such a spectacle as you're used to seeing Ankor make.
Mm.
Ankor just
Yeah.
looks at them and goes, I'm sorry.
Sorry for not feeling well and making us breakfast anyways. Oh no, how could you?
So
Ankor.
terrible.
I'm sorry it's
Ankor.
not as good as I'm usually doing it.
I reach over and with awkward like fingers just kind of pat Ankor on the head and say, "I'm all right, thank you."
Ankor's has a tint of blush on him as his Angus's hands reach out to him.
How we eat?
So mediocre oatmeal after that whole debacle.
Yes.
Nice. I'm fine with that. I'll take what I can get after not eating for a couple
Okay.
of days.
Like a whole 24 hours.
It at least has some berries in it, so it has some flavor.
Mm-hmm. Yorgia makes a bowl and then makes a bowl for Cree. Wonders, can cats eat oatmeal? I guess I'll go find out. And then like heads back up to the room after like giving her thanks to Loch and Ankor.
Well, Uz is. I mean, I can see what's wrong with Ankor. Siobhan, did you have another rough night?
Didn't have a good night.
Fair enough.
So,
Well,
yes, to answer your question, yes, I did have a rough night. The dreams, the nightmares are getting worse, and the visions more vivid.
well, you talked with the what's it called? Oracle, Loch. she gave you advice. Are you going to be following it, or? Well, I do
Yes.
remember that the advice was cryptic as hell, but you know.
Extremely. I mean, I will follow it to the best of my ability, but unfortunately, I don't think a solution is going to make itself known for a while. I might have to put up with these visions for I don't know how long.
Well. Truly tragic. Wish there was something else I could say about it.
It's all right.
Corey looks over
This
at
is
the two
something
of
for
you. Wait, what are you talking about?
men to deal with. Even though I know we talked about asking for help and that's a good thing, it's still it's my past, and I just don't want it to get in anybody else's way.
Yes, well, I understand that completely. I obviously feel the exact same way as we've kind of discussed, hinted at, sort of, with our previous conversation.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it, Ankor. You're fine.
I'm worried about everything.
I know, Ankor.
It's all right. It's all right, Ankor. This is something you don't need to worry about today.
Corey looks right at you. Are you sure about that, Siobhan? Okay, it just went silent on my end.
Yeah,
I can
nobody's
still
talking.
hear you.
Okay, good. The last thing that I said was Corey looking straight at Siobhan and going, "Are you sure about that?"
Siobhan, you're
Yes.
muted.
Still here. Am I muted? Damn it.
Oh wait,
I
no,
didn't-
it was wrong
No.
one.
You probably set
Okay, I
yourself
didn't
on
mean
like
to
push
mute
to talk or
myself.
something.
But who knows? No, I think I'm unmuted.
Yeah, we can hear you.
There we go.
Siobhan, what's your response to Corey?
Oh, I didn't hear what Corey said. That's
Corey's
why I
just
didn't say anything.
looking at you and be like, "Are you sure about that?"
Are you not hearing Ty?
No, not at all. Because he's muted.
Weird.
Maybe leave and rejoin?
Okay, it says on my phone that he's muted,
Oh.
which is super. It says he and Em are muted, and Valkyrie are muted, which is super weird. Em is
Well,
muted.
yeah, I'm muted because I'm
Oh, okay.
not talking right now. But yeah,
Right,
no, I can
right.
hear Ty. He wasn't muted.
Yes.
No,
This
Maybe
is.
leave and come back?
Yeah, that's. I'm gonna
Okay.
do that. Okay.
Yeah, leave and hop back.
Okay,
While
here we
while
go.
we're having some
Alright,
wonderful
here we
technical
go.
difficulties,
Be back. You're on.
Georgia and Cree.
Uh-oh.
Em literally just said she was going to the
Em
bathroom.
literally just said she was going to the bathroom. Oof.
The wonders of D&D online, folks.
Okay.
Okay,
Quick,
well,
back to
well-
the others.
well, if we're gonna break everything, can I get something to eat real quick?
let's just take a break and be able to relieve ourselves.
Everyone take like a 5 or a 7. Quick
Okay,
Yeah.
7-minute.
I'm back.
Okay.
Okay. Well, apparently we're going to
Everybody
take like a
hear me?
quick little. We're
See
going to
me?
take a quick little
Maybe.
bathroom break.
We can hear you.
Can you
Okay,
hear
cool.
Tyler? Did you hear what Tyler just said?
Nope.
Fuck.
Okay.
Okay.
Do
guys
you
handle
have
that.
Tyler muted on
I'm
your
gonna get
end?
food.
I don't think so. I shouldn't. His volume is up all the way. Call messages. No. His on the name list. I don't want to block. Are you kidding me? On the name list, he has a mute, but he shouldn't.
Hmm. Meow.
Did you hear Ty that time, Melissa?
Nope.
What in the world?
Frick.
What in the world?
I don't know. I
Wait,
never use Discord on my phone. I've only used it on my phone a couple of times. Let me see
right.
if I can pull it back up on my computer.
The wonders of technology, ladies and gentlemen.
Is it
possible that you have Ty turned down really low?
That's what I thought.
No.
So I turned his volume all the way up.
Do you have him set up as muted on your phone in your settings, but the volume's all the way up?
Yeah, because you can. I think you can actually mute individual people.
He might be.
Yeah.
I had a piece of chicken.
There is a little
Is
mute
okay.
microphone next to him, but I don't know how to turn it off.
Okay, no. So you're on your phone, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So click on Tyler's like little thing, and it should pull up like you can like message directly, call, video, and then the volume. And underneath that is a mute button.
Let's see. Boop. Okay. Call measure. Do.
Do you see the volume and mute under voice settings?
I do.
Is the
I'm
mute
an
button to
idiot.
the left or to the right?
It's the mute button is off now. So
Meow.
there you are. Hello. Okay.
Oh my gosh!
Hooray!
Holy crap! I don't know why it did that.
Sorry,
It's never done
Kirk. You're
that
gonna
to
have
me
to edit
before.
all that out.
Oh,
Right.
sorry,
It was
Kirk.
probably a misclick or something.
I guess that's super
That's
weird.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
use the restroom because
Okay.
I
Yeah,
got
let's have a quick little mini break, 4 or 5-ish minutes.
Okay. Yeah. My computer Discord just
Thank you,
will
5.
not on it. Thank you, 5. Discord just is not working on my computer anymore. Probably because I only have 2 bars in the basement. So I don't know
Oof.
what the fuck its problem is. So yeah.
Right. And it'll be fine. We don't have too much to worry about. This is a pretty light session as is.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you're not.
I mean, Kree's a cat.
Yes.
He's a kidding.
I have been waiting for this since like I made Kree. I'm like, yes, the day is the kitty.
Tyler.
Yeah.
This episode needs to be named like Kree is a cat, or like Critty, or something about Kree being a cat.
Critical role at no kitty call roll.
It's some like
Critical.
cat-related pun in the title.
Mm.
Because I promise you, given time, because I know we don't always go super late, but given the time, I will be causing shenanigans.
I mean, if Kitty wants to cause mayhem like any kitty cat does, I am more than happy to see where this goes.
It's her own special little, like, I'm thinking a little kitty adventure, unless, of course, somebody is like, well, since you're a cat and nobody's probably going to recognize you, you just want to follow me around for the day, because I can promise you right now, Kree is not going to want to stay in that room all day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Kree
like,
jumps
she'll-
out a
she'll-
window.
I mean, if nobody lets her out, she will. I don't think this building has 2 floors. I think we're all on the first floor.
We
it's okay.
jumped out a window. We jumped out a window.
Okay.
Not believe the chaos that is us, I swear.
Harry, baby.
Harry, baby.
That's what Kree is now. She's just a hairy baby.
Oh god, that's the episode title right there.
Harry, baby.
Hairy baby.
Harry, baby.
Harry baby.
For the title, but I love these. All right, are we all back?
I think so. Can you guys
Present.
have you guys been able to hear my apple chewing? Let me know so I can mute.
Yep.
Well, I
I
heard
heard-
it just then,
Yeah, I heard that
but I
crack,
haven't been
but
hearing it.
Okay. I'm almost
that
done
was
with
the-
my apple anyway. It doesn't seem Robin's back yet, so.
righto. And that one was the only one that I've heard
Robin's
throughout
here.
the entire spiel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robin's here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Robin is.
You guys can
Think
hear
we're
me,
all back.
right?
Yes, I
Yes.
can.
Yes.
Not, not when everyone else is talking.
Sorry.
Sorry, my girlfriend is being very, very nice to me and making sure that one of the only things I eat today is not just a pickle and is getting me food.
Aww.
Oh,
Tell
Why have
Cassie
you only had a Robin? It's late at night. Why have you only eaten
Hang
a
on.
pickle so far
Hang-
today?
Now hang on, that's not all I've eaten today, but I haven't
Okay.
eaten much today, and the last thing I was going to eat, because I haven't eaten much today, was going to be a pickle. I've eaten this teeny tiny cheeseburger from Burger King and a single chicken breast that has been food today.
I mean, that's better
Sweetie.
than nothing. That's better than one parenthetical, one pickle.
Yeah.
But still, I'm glad you're going to be getting food.
Mhm.
Also, Ty,
Also-
did you finish your food?
Yes, I finished that long before the session. Which, if everyone is back, we can continue with Yorgia Cree.
Yeah.
You bring the oatmeal to the kitty cat.
So Georgia opens the door and then looks looks behind her carefully as she closes it to make sure no one's watching. And
Cree crawls out from underneath of her bed because she wanted to after seeing that it's Yorga, because she the door isn't doesn't lock from the outside, so she wanted to make sure nobody just walked in.
yeah, Georgia stares indignantly at the board and moves a chair in front of the door instead of using the plank.
Yeah, there is one solitary stool.
Well, I'm putting that in front of the door, right between where the door connects with the wall, so that way it'll fall, and Cree can run and hide if we hear the stool falling, or the door running into the stool. But yeah, that's my logic. And so Yogia places the oatmeal on the floor and is like, I don't know if cats can eat oatmeal, but here.
Cree walks over, she sniffs it, and then she starts eating. And before she really gets into the bowl, she kind of looks up at Yorga. Little happy meow, and then goes back to eating.
I will take that as a positive response. And Yogia eats her oatmeal. In fact, Yogia sits on the stool on the door so that way they know for a fact if someone's coming in or not.
Which, as you begin to eat, Cree, normally when you're more humanoid self, you're able to taste a lot more of the flavors, the kind of sweetness of the fruits that are in, along with the kind of nice, sweet but salty kind of taste and texture from the oats. Currently, all you're really getting here is salt and bitterness, but thankfully the oatmeal has been made in a way to where for for you it's practically like a paste, so it's not so difficult to chew down and digest.
I mean, she's eaten worse things, so this is nothing. She's definitely eaten worse things
Oh.
when she was hungry. So she's fine with this. It's man, she hardly ever gets actual food when she's a cat. She's lucky she can catch a fish,
Mm-hmm.
or if somebody tosses her a fish.
Yeah. So yeah, Yogia leaning against the door, sitting on the stool, making sure that nobody comes in so that Cree can have a meal in peace. So Yogia is trying to figure out how to engage in conversation with this poor animal. So do you
You like jazz?
You like jazz?
You like gladiator movies?
So, do you listen to Green Day?
Have you ever seen a grown man naked?
You like to?
Have you ever heard the sound of a rubber ball breaking a window? Would you like to?
Oh!
Hmm?
Oh, Valkyrie poofed and now she's back.
Yeah, I'm back. I started laughing really hard right after the "you like jazz," and I got done laughing. I was like, oh, I guess I poofed.
Oh.
I just laughed.
Oh, you
Really
missed.
loud.
You missed. You like Green Day. Have you ever seen a grown man naked? And have you ever heard the sound of a rubber ball breaking a window?
Would you like to? Oh, fantastic. What's Yorga actually saying though?
Um.
Oh, nothing.
So, like, do you just want to stay in here all day, or like, what do you want to do?
Cree kind of like she looks up from her bowl, like licking her licking her choppers off from the oat. And she shakes her head and then goes back to eating.
Was that to wanting to stay in here?
She nods.
Okay. How do you plan on leaving the room without anyone questioning you? Should I just say I found a random cat in the dumpster or something?
She kind of like pauses and she
Pause.
kind of like
Oh shit! I wasn't
you can
thinking.
see like a thinking expression on her little kitty face, and she just kind of like she tentatively shakes her head, not in like a I'm not sure kind of way, because she can't really shrug.
Mm-hmm. I guess we'll figure it out. I'll just say I found a cat. I won't give any explanation as to where or how. Georgia nods in agreement to that noise, even though she doesn't know what it's supposed to mean.
It means kitty, I see all.
I don't know
As
how
we-
much oatmeal Cree got, but she's probably not gonna eat a whole bowl like made for not cat Cree, because she's a cat and she's probably not gonna eat a whole lot.
Concerning Yorga, you were the one that set up the bowl for Kree. How much would you say that you put in comparison to a normal humanoid size serving?
I put about half. And even now I'm like, was that too much? But I also didn't want to give too little. But I also like know that a cat cannot eat like a whole human-sized bowl of oatmeal.
I'm gonna say she probably eats about 3/4 of it. Because, like, even as a cat, like, Cree definitely has an appetite, and she didn't have a lot to eat the day before. Simply because she knows that she knew that she was gonna turn into a cat, and it's like having a full stomach and then suddenly having a much smaller stomach is not a good mix that Cree has found out over the years, so she tries not to eat too much.
Or bitty kitty.
Yeah.
As we go back to Ankor, Siobhan.
Yes.
Looks at the two of you. I wish that I could help you with your hangover, but unfortunately, I don't exactly have any curing of poison. So you're going to have to bear with this for about a day.
Uh, this is horrible. Why does anyone do this?
Wait, wait. I'm sorry. Do you need a spell that cures poison?
Mm, I mean that there's one way. Considering alcohol's a type of poison, you can normally do that as an easy way to nullify hangovers. Otherwise, you can use potions, other medicinal herbs and the sort.
Well, just a moment. Let me. Mhm, mhm.
The
Uh,
sorcerer is planning.
well then, Anchor,
Yeah?
would you like me to try casting a spell on you to see if I can help you out there?
Anchor nods and smiles at Angus.
Let's see. I'm going to close my eyes. Uh, lay both of my hands on both of Anchor's cheeks. Close my eyes and chant for a moment.
Once you lay your hands on his cheeks, he just kind of goes.
You just blow a raspberry at me.
It just kind of escapes as you place your hands on his cheeks. I imagine it's awkward since you don't know how to interact with people that way.
Now, uh, he doesn't have any hesitation, might I add, when he touches Anchor for this. Like it's very clinical for him, so it's fine. And his eyes kind of get this purplish glow to them with a little bit of a golden rim around the edges as he chants something, and I cast Lesser Restoration.
Ooh.
Your eyes are pretty.
Uh, uh, bright red blush, and it cures poisoning. And I step
Yeah,
back and go, "Thank
so
you."
the hangover and the other subsequent biddies in relation to the alcohol in your system is done. You're feeling much better.
Oh, I can't hold back. I have to hug Angus. Just go, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, we're touching
He's
again.
just over at the side, just chuckling like a flippin' fox.
No, we're touching. Oh, okay. You're very, very welcome. You are touching me.
Sorry.
And that's a problem?
I, in a way, a little bit. Maybe I don't like to be touched all the time.
Okay, fair enough.
Anchor gently sets him back down.
Thank you. Very kind of you.
Lo smiles seeing this before turning back over to Siobhan. You said that you had another nightmare, yes?
Yes, even more vivid than the first one.
I really would recommend that you try to confide in someone. Maybe someone that you didn't expect. As I
Someone.
said yesterday, there's more to be had in numbers.
You're right. I usually deal with my problems by shutting the door and tamping them so far down that they never see the surface again.
Well, maybe this is a sign that things aren't meant to be bottled up.
Hmm.
What exactly have you been seeing?
Well, last night, this morning, I saw my greatest enemy and my husband long dead.
I'm sorry. I I personally won't pry into what you saw or any symbolisms unless you want me to, but I feel like that might not be my place regardless. Again,
Well,
talk with the others.
I saw his death. I looked into her eyes as she killed him. I'll never forget those eyes. I'll never forget the look on his face. He was afraid and yet incredibly brave. He did it to save me, and I'm still trying to repay him for it, and can't.
Maybe there is a way.
Yes?
I unfortunately I can't see that far. With how yours and your friend, and that word I use frugally, with how you two are tied, it makes seeing a lot of your future, Siobhan, foggy. The farther I try to see, the denser that it gets. If there's any way that not just I, as an oracle, but you want to see what's beyond the horizon, you need to do something to break this. Maybe it's a sign to address things that you've been holding back.
Address them now or I can't move forward.
Take a moment to, I don't know, I mean, I'm certainly here, but I don't know, maybe who, and she like leans close to you and she starts talking to you in a whisper. Who in your party would you say that you can confide with the most?
Well, Ankor. Uh, we were in the barracks together for a very long time.
And you
I would
know that.
say that.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I would say that I and he have a bit of a relationship, a friendship.
And you have high feeling that what you would say he would respond unconditionally, yes?
Yes.
Maybe talk to him about some things. Maybe he is at the very least a ticket. But also I feel like that circlet. I remember seeing that it used to be something that you used in a rather fierce bloodshed.
this circlet as a reminder so that I'll never forget the people who deserve my vengeance, my righteous vengeance.
Don't let that vengeance become bloodlust.
It's not bloodlust. I'm not here to slaughter everyone I see, just the ones that I know should not exist anymore.
Of course. But I would still be wary. I have seen formidable folk, even our former high priest before I took the mantle, once calling for glory, integration, sustainability, being driven to madness as their own ideals were contorted by age and paradoxes, completely unprecedented. Be
I do.
careful.
Thank you. Thank you for your words of wisdom. I do these things because they must be done. I carry this burden until I can finally lay it down. But I can't put it down until the time is right.
Well, until that time, again, talk with them.
As you wish, Loch.
It's not my wish. It's yours. As she leans out, going over to the spot where the oatmeal had been made and picking up a few more servings and dispersing them out to the other folk that have been eating, even giving some seconds. Corey looks at you intently, Siobhan. So, what was all that about?
The ugly black cloud that's hanging over my head that no one else can see except for me.
And also everyone that looks, Anchor says as he gives a disapproving look at Siobhan.
Siobhan narrows her eyes at Anchor, not really in anger, but just kind of like, yeah, the
What?
not so invisible black cloud.
Yeah. Why do you bottle things up?
It's the only way I know how to get by.
Don't do that anymore. Please. It makes me worry a lot.
I mean, I can't say outright, oh, just stop, because one, that's not easy. Two, I do it a lot, so I could kind of get why, maybe, possibly, but
Yeah, it's true. I just can't help but get upset about it.
I mean, come
I
on, look at Anchor here. Corey says, just gesturing his arms out to this giant, beautiful himbo. Come on, look at him. You know that he's here for you. He's here for us.
Anchor just nods.
I know, and I'm not trying to push you away, even though it feels like I am. I'm really not. It's just I had
Not
to
used
rely
to
on
it?
myself. And I'm not used to it. Yeah, I've had to rely on myself for so long, and I let someone in, someone I loved very deeply, and it ended in tragedy. And now it's so much harder to mm, make friends and confide in others.
Anchor
Well,
just
no, sorry, go on.
Anchor just nods and saying, I think I understand.
Siobhan smiles at Anchor and Corey. I'm glad. And one of these days, I will talk to you about everything. I promise. But maybe today's not that day.
That's okay. Nothing happens immediately. As Corey then looks over to you, Angus. You okay over there?
Right. Yes, I'm fine. Why?
Are you writing? Oh, you're not writing. Okay.
No, I wrote this morning up in my room. Thank you.
Sorry, you just look kind of cute when you're zoned in, just writing or sketching in that book of yours.
He rolls his eyes and blushes slightly and says, I shall be headed up to my room now to go check on everyone and everything. If you will all excuse me, I will be down later just to do something for the day. I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's a little bit of exploring, and I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of morbidly curious about hearing about this former high priest.
Is there a reason I should be?
No, just I'm just curious. I like hearing about stuff. Plus, if the guy is going loco, then come on.
I suppose.
I mean, you can check up on Crete though. Though actually, wait, where's I think Jorg is still with her.
Yes,
Yes.
well, either way, I have things I need to take care of upstairs, so.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well,
Oh,
on
oh,
no, go on.
well, I'm going to go up there, check on how everyone's doing up there, and I'll be back down and doing something with the rest of my.
You're going now.
Yes. As he stands up, I'm going upstairs. Is there a reason you're acting so strange this morning?
No, not at all. Just I mean, we've been here for a bit. The only thing that we're kind of waiting on is just being sure that Anchor's parents are okay. Well, and also that Kree's okay.
I still want to check on her.
I'll check on her for you. She's really wanting mostly alone time. Why I'm going to be spending the rest of the day outside
Yeah, with her time.
with her time. Yes.
Okay.
I'll see you all later. And he gets up and he walks off. He's like, this has been a weird conversation and I've kind of had enough of it.
What's your passive perception?
Um, that's a question with a possible answer. My passive perception is 15.
Ooh.
Good. Cause Anchor, Siobhan, you immediately see Corey just look at you guys, a sly grin coming up on his face, holding the finger up, and shh, before he just zoom goes into a bush right nearby. All you hear, all you notice, Angus, is just a little rustling of leaves that are nearby. You don't know what hopped where, but you heard something.
Oh, I look back at the two of them that I assume are standing there now without a Corey, yes?
Yeah, there is a figure missing.
Hmm. Alright. Then, without casting anything, I'm just going to hold the spell, which will end up fizzling out the spell slot, but I'm fine with that. Purely for intimidation, I'm going to hold fireball in my hand and just say, if anybody would like to stalk me without my permission today, it would not be appreciated in case whoever it is can hear me.
Silence.
Puts it out, moves the spell slot, and he continues on his way back.
You hear going into another bush, kind of diagonal forward from the one prior. You're not able to make out what is zooming through. You're not sure if it's an animal or something, but it's starting to freak you out.
Okay.
I just want to say that downstairs, Ankor is just having his face in his hands, going, my boyfriend's gonna get himself killed one day."
So wait, are we indoors?
No, no, it's not indoors. It's an open. It's like in the middle of the reservation, out in the open, is where people have been eating. There's a little bit of a path to the inn, and that's where you're going, and where you're being followed by something Angus doesn't know.
Cool. I'm gonna fly.
Angus is gonna fly.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop out my wings. Probably get some stares from the orcs. And
Which
fly.
you definitely do.
And I fly. I go straight up.
Okay. Are
Then
you going?
I start going in the opposite direction now. I'm trying to lose whatever's following me if I don't know what it is.
It's state. You don't hear anything move.
Cool. I'm gonna try to lose it.
Where? Okay. Are you still going the opposite direction?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you actively trying to look at what's going on? Like, trying to
Yeah.
actively see if anything's trying to follow you?
Yes.
Okay. Roll me perception.
Make me.
I just said, roll me perception.
Oh my. Well, that is a 10. However, I got an inspiration die early. So that is an 18.
That's not enough.
Oh no.
Fuck you, Corey.
A notable blur just zips from one bush to the other, close to you yet again. However, with your perception, I will definitely say that you do feel the presence.
Okay. At this point, I feel like I was pretty perceptive there. And whatever it was still managing to hide from me. So there's a Feywild guard after me right now, is my immediate assumption. So I'm either going to try to lose it or kill it. These are my two options here.
Okay.
So can I roll something to try to lose whatever's following me?
How exactly are you wanting to move?
I'm flying, so
Okay.
maybe over some buildings that he can't follow me past.
Um. Let's see. I'm derping on which one to you. I'm not sure if I want you to do acrobatics or full or straight dex.
I mean, they're both the same thing for me.
Yeah. You know what? Let's do acrobatics, because then he'll have to roll against you to see if he can keep up.
22.
22?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does not get that as you quickly begin to fly over the reservation, um, and whatever was after you has not kept up.
Okay, cool. Then now I am going to fly back to the hotel. Or the whatever the fuck. Tavern.
The inn.
Inn. Yes, there we go.
As you have made your way to the inn, Corey is slowly making his way back to you, Ankor, and Siobhan, just very, very pouty as he sits down, arms crossed, just.
Well, that's what you get
What
for
were you doing?
pushing Angus, or sorry, for pushing Angus so hard. Siobhan folds her arms and looks at Corey and goes, and mocks him, but gently.
Corey looks at you, Siobhan, side eye for a moment, arms still crossed. I just wanted to see what's going on with Cree.
Well, why didn't
Well-
you just go back to the inn when you know that's where they are?
So you're basically telling me that I should go for a second try.
No, I'm not saying that.
He
Can't really stop you though, and I am really worried.
looks at you, Siobhan. Well,
Well, I think you should follow Anchor's advice. But I also think that maybe Angus just needs some space, and Cree just needs some space. Maybe we all just need some goddamn space.
there. All right. Well, if we're wanting to pass the time, I should at least go back in to get my violin. Maybe that'll get us something a little extra. I don't know.
They say music soothes the savage beast, so it might work.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'll be back. I'll try not to scare Angus again.
Good.
As Corey begins his way to the inn, not in a stealthy manner. Angus, you arrive at the inn, making your way over to the door uh that is closed.
I open it. Hello?
You feel a push on the door as you're sitting on the stool right nearby.
Oh, who is it?
Angus?
Okay, you may enter, and she gets up and pulls the stool out of the way.
I step in.
Okay, yeah, I am just playing sentry with the door.
Well, I was playing keep away from what I hope was Corey, but could also have been someone looking to, you know, take me back to where I don't want to go. So that was fun.
Cree immediately looks worried at the mention of that and goes over and just like if it is as long as Angus is like in the room now and the door's closed, like she's like weaving between like Angus's legs, like as cats do when they're being affectionate, but there's like this determined, like protective look in her eyes, like no one's taking Angus.
Why don't you just stab them in the neck?
Well, that is an option unless it was Corey, which I was willing to accept that it might be. Although I did threaten whoever it was with a fireball, and they didn't seem to care. And actually, that doesn't prove it one way or the other. Either it was someone from the Feywilds who's not scared of a fireball, or it's Corey who's ballsy enough to think that I wouldn't.
That is very true. Mm. So, I'll keep an eye out for that then, because I am more than happy to stab some pompous elves in the neck.
That won't be necessary. I'm sure it won't be necessary. Things will probably work out for the best.
I sure hope so, but also it would be quite amusing to stab some pompous elves in the neck.
Do I get to stab some pompous humans in the neck?
I have no concerns about whether or not you stab humans or not.
Mm.
Cree like tries, she makes like a slashing motion with her paw as if she's like, I'm ready to fight. Even when I'm a cat, I'll fight.
Because honestly, from what I've seen, and obviously I've seen many humans because I myself am human, humans
The
don't
way you
really.
said that makes it sound like you're not human.
Oh, I. Sorry, it's been a rough morning. Just finding out that one of your traveling buddies turns into a cat on the new moon is not how I normally start my mornings. Agreed.
Quite.
Mhm.
But the fact of the matter is, Corey is definitely going to be attempting to figure out what's going on with Priya right now. He's being the nosiest little shit.
All right. Georgia goes over and makes sure the curtains are closed on the window.
As you two, while you are tending to the curtain, Yorga, you hear footsteps outside.
Cree panics and hides under the bed again.
Georgia stands by the window, like, with like her just like a corner of her eye peeking through the gap to see if someone's there, as she like holds her dagger behind her.
You see from kind of like is the door ajar or have you fully closed it?
No, it's a door.
Nice. Worth it.
Door is ajar.
Yeah,
Crime is afoot.
that's a
thought it was a
question for
leg.
Angus, because Angus is the one who walked through the door last.
Are we? Wait, is this a wooden building or
Yes.
a stone building? Like, what are the floors made of?
Um, the floor has a bit more of a stone kind of base, but the rest is primarily wood.
Okay, cool. I cast mold earth and I move the stone up an inch so the door can't open.
I love that.
Ooh, smart.
Sneaky.
As
Okay.
you hear the footsteps go a little more distant, a door open nearby, close. A few moments of silence, hearing a little bit of picking up items and grunting before a door opens again, closes, footsteps, and silence.
I think we're being a bit paranoid.
Well, to be fair, there are people out there that do genuinely want to kidnap me, so
That is
you
true.
know.
But how could they know
Cree
you're
kind of
here?
like looks out from under the bed at like Angus and Yorga, like with a like look on her face. It's like, is it okay again?
It seems fine for now. I mean, and how would they know that I'm here? I'm not certain, but I don't like the thought of it. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
My aunt has her ways.
Kree like hisses at the name of the aunt, or just hearing aunt. She hisses at it.
Can we stab your aunt?
Not right away, at the very least, but probably never know.
Oh, why not? She doesn't seem like she's contributing much to the world.
Perhaps not, but she is the only thing I have left of her twin sister and my mother. So.
But I mean, if the last thing you had of someone you cared about was like a used snot rag, would you hang on to it?
I suppose not, but a used snot rag isn't a living, breathing person.
Georgia seems confused as to why that would be an argument, but she doesn't say anything to refute your statement.
Genghis just kind of looks back at you and cocks an eyebrow and goes, excuse me, my goodness. You and I have very different ideas of morals, don't we?
I'm just saying that if somebody doesn't contribute to society, or they contribute nothing but negative things to society, then what's the point in them staying alive?
Oh. While I suppose that's fair, we are presupposing that I will get where she's at, and that she won't have my position. It gets complicated. Let's leave it at that. Do I feel like she should be left in power? No. Do I wish to kill one of my family members? Also, no.
I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I've never. Georgia is trying to empathize, but is having much trouble.
I have a question, Tyler.
Yes.
So I know Kree's like, I mean, she's an adult cat, but she's pretty small for an adult cat because she's pretty small for a person.
Mhm.
Would Kree be able? Is there enough room on Angus's shoulders for Kree to hop up on his shoulders and headbutt him?
Oh my god.
Because Kree wants to do that. She just wants to give him a little headbutt. But
Aw.
I'm not sure if there's enough room on his shoulders because he's also not very big.
You can certainly try. Make me an athletics check.
Awesome. Wait, can I do acrobatics instead? Can I do acrobatics instead?
Let me read. You know what? I'll be nice. I'll allow it to acrobatics.
Yes. Sweet, because since my dex went up by 3, that's actually at a +8 versus my strength, which is a plus. No, that's that's actually only a +2 right now. I think. I don't know. It's hard to tell with math. Awesome. +8 for acrobatics. Here we go. That is 21.
Yeah, you get a really good hop, just leap straight up. You have a
It's like
light,
a graceful little leap onto his shoulders.
Yes.
And then headbutt.
Oh, hello. Hello, Kree.
Harry.
All right,
He's
then.
just come to join me for D&D.
Excuse me. I apologize.
Do you have something to say, Larry?
As you slowly begin to realize, Angus, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Hello.
I was gonna say, because of the fur suddenly in your nose, you begin to realize that you might have an allergic reaction to cats.
Oh, that'd be
No.
no, because then that'd
Oh,
be
no.
bad for multiple reasons.
That'd be bad because Creed did sleep next to Angus like most of the night.
Right.
Larry, please stop knocking this stuff.
Larry does as he pleases.
As you three continue to have a lovely discussion, Corey returns back over to you, Anchor, and Siobhan, as you begin to see some people kind of dispersing throughout the reservation, some going to forging stations. You do notice that there's a rather large, sort of a communal forge, actually, towards the center of the area, as some others tend to either testing weapons or testing their skills against some dummies, some sparring against each other. You see some kids on the outer parts of the reservation playing games, throwing ball, and Loch begins her duties as the priestess for the day. Pozos is doing what he does as a high chieftain. What are y'all doing? Oh, Valkyrie's doing a typey type.
Um, did any of us see the Angus go back to the inn?
Yeah, you guys did. Oh, actually, that is a good question. Angus,
Hmm.
when you were flying, were you trying to be discreet at all?
To a point. Mostly, kind of. But
for
also mostly just trying to be like, these could be people trying to kidnap me. I should leave quickly.
Okay. For those that would like to see if they saw Angus, roll me. Yeah, we'll make roll me investigation.
17.
16.
Yeah, you two saw him, wings and all.
Cool. I, as much as I treasure Angus's privacy very much because of the conversation we had last week, um, I still have this like really weird nagging feeling that maybe something's up, and I want to do whatever I can to get the spotlight off of me.
Selfish.
Corey looks
I
at you, Siobhan. With me or without me around? Because, I mean, I have my stuff now, so I can play some stuff.
You go ahead and play. I think Anchor and I can do this.
Okay. And he.
do what?
Just see if everybody else is okay. Angus left in quite a hurry. Maybe he needs help with something.
Yes, maybe. Also, Siobhan,
Mhm.
what is a himbo?
Oh, a himbo is a man that everyone is so happy to have around.
Based on your reaction, I don't think that's what it is.
You feel like she's deceiving you. Roll me insight.
Natural 20.
Oh, you see through that so much.
Is it some sort of insult? I mean, Corey said it, so it's not meant to be an insult by Corey, but
No, it can be taken as such. Usually, it means someone who is incredibly strong and handsome and stupid.
Anki just stares for a moment and then chuckles. Yeah, that's me.
Excuse me. Wow. Siobhan is kind of taken aback because she was really worried that he was going to be really sad, and just kind of smiles and goes, "Sure." And nods. Let's go, buddy.
Right behind you.
We make our way towards the path that Angus traveled.
Okay. You make your way back to the inn. There are some people going to their rooms. Are you guys going straight to where yours and the other's room is? Because your rooms are side by side.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Angus, Yorga, you're hearing footsteps again.
I mean, the door is still blocked by that lovely little
Rock.
inch stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have
I'm
rock
pretty comfortable
barrier.
about that.
Unless someone tries to has the strength to break down the door and also break through the stone at the same time.
Here I go.
Anger upon hearing there is a cat in the room.
Yeah. Not go through the door. No, go through the wall.
Like the flippin' Kool-Aid man.
I heard a cat.
Ooh, yeah! Boom!
I heard a cat.
I heard a cat, and I must dispense pets.
But yeah, we don't worry about it because I doubt there's anyone who wants to get in here who can break through a fucking rock. And at this point, if they
But
can
we don't
break
know
through
that.
if they, I was gonna say, if they can break through the rock, they honestly deserve to get in here. So
I mean, theoretically, you don't even need to break the rock. Like, it's just an inch, so really you only need to break the door to get in. But it's probably a solid wood door. That's what I'm gonna guess. It is an orc inn.
All right, so Siobhan, Anchor, you two are making back to your room, and you kind of remember, hey, Cree in the other's room is right next to ours. What are y'all doing?
Why
Knock
don't-
on the door to see if they're
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hello, Angus, Cree, Yorga. Are you guys okay?
When they knocked on the door, like Cree didn't like dig her claws in or anything because she knows she's standing on Angus's shoulders, but she like hunkers down kind of like a fox fur, just like wrapping herself kind of like around Angus, and she's like low down, just like her body's just like pressed up against Angus's neck, and her eyes are just wide.
Thing is perfectly fine in here. Is everything all right out there? What's wrong?
Oh.
Well, we saw you with your wings again, and we were worried.
I decided that since a certain someone was deciding to stalk me, and maybe I was imagining things, that I would like to leave quicker because someone does not have any sense of giving me privacy, evidently.
Well, I'm sure we weren't. That person wasn't trying to impede on your privacy. Can I roll an insight check to see if something's up or not, or see if I feel that something is up?
Sure, go for it.
I mean, something is certainly up. It was Angus a little bit ago.
Oh yeah.
Deception.
Okay.
Yes, Angus, roll me deception.
I just did. I have a +7 in deception, by the way.
Inside.
We're all just very good at like lying to each other. I also have a +7 in
Don't
deception.
jinx it. Angus is gonna roll in that one.
Oh baby.
no.
Oh baby. Natural 20
Oh,
3.
yeah.
I
The
jinxed it. I'm so
modifier
sorry.
is 23.
I
Oh,
rolled a
shit.
20. I rolled a 25. That's not fair.
Oh,
Oh!
gosh dang it. No, you're not
Ah!
allowed to roll a natural 20. That's not fair.
My one natural 20 of the night.
That is
What is with the
beautiful.
20s tonight? Like,
I
we
do
haven't had
not
like any 20s
know.
this entire campaign, and then just tonight it's just 20, 20, 20, 20, 20.
And it's
I
a
mean,
thing
it's the
that
end of
doesn't
2020,
matter.
baby.
We're reaching the end of 2020. Get those 20s in.
Right. So yeah, Siobhan, I will say because of how close the actual numbers were, excluding the spiel of the nat 20, you can feel that something is up. You have a high feeling on what it is, but you can't pinpoint it 100%. You're like 80% sure.
All right,
What
guys.
is Siobhan 80% sure about is what I want to know.
Whatever she can think of based on what she can deduce.
Oh, this should be fun.
All right, guys. If my whole character arc is to talk about my problems and open up about my problems, then you guys are gonna have to do the same thing. Wait,
Oh,
when do we
go
agree
ahead.
to that?
Yeah, you guys, you can talk about anything to us. We're your friends.
Kree's just like shaking her head, like, no, she is not ready to share this
We don't-
secret with everyone as of this moment.
We don't hate you, and we would never ever judge you because of whatever your secret is.
If anything,
if
I
you-
love you guys.
Hey,
Mhm.
what if hey, oh god, Yorgia is like pondering something at the moment.
Look, how about I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours?
Kree's still just kind of like hunkered down on Angus's shoulders, like she's actually begun to shake just a little bit. She is not happy about this current situation.
Can Yorgia tell like how afraid Kree is?
I mean, she's not trying to hide it. And while the shaking probably isn't very visible, Angus can certainly tell that she's shaking.
You got a wide-eyed kind of cat going on right now.
Oh yeah, her eyes are as like big as saucepans right now.
But not making noise.
Oh no,
Yeah, she's not making noise,
she's
but
silent.
but if she could, oh no.
No, no, no.
Okay. Yorgia is like looking at how afraid Kree is. I mean, you're really not giving us a choice here, are you, Siobhan?
No, not really.
Nope.
Okay. Well, do you want to go first, or should we? What did Siobhan say?
Oh, sorry. Siobhan says I'll go first if it'll make you feel better.
Okay.
Right. The dreams that I'm having are of, well, at least this latest vision was of Bastia. She was one of my dearest friends when back in the land of the elves, in the Feywilds, and she betrayed me, and I was exiled from my community, and I ended up in Malik Banajo, where I was taken in by the royal guards and treated as one of them. And that's where I met Simone. And at first we fought together and ate together and laughed together. And, well, fighting and eating and laughing and being together soon turned into something more. I loved him dearly. And one day Bastia came and took all of that away from me. So the visions I've been having are of Simone's last moments, Bastia strangling him, squeezing all the life out of him, and then looking at me with a horrible, awful expression.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. I'd like to say I've gotten over it, but apparently I haven't.
Ankor just wraps an arm around Siobhan.
Siobhan lets this happen and kind of leans into Ankor.
Well, I suppose it would be our turn now. Yurgia looks at Kree and Angus, and she's like, there's like a look of like contemplation on her face.
At this point, like, Kree has just like shut her eyes and she's just like, just wrapped, like her back is like along like Angus's like shoulders, and like her tail is just kind of like wrapped around. So it just kind of looks like Angus is wearing like a furry collar right now, but her eyes are just like completely shut, and she's just shaking.
Look, whatever it is, it can't be that bad. Whatever it is, Ankor and I will accept it. No questions asked.
Yorgia her face is like screwed up in fear. Well, there's something that I've been keeping from you all. I'm not human.
Oh.
Kree, like, she hears this, and like her current like fear just kind of like pauses for a second to like kind of like look at her. Like, she's still scared about what's going on right now, but like, well, this is new information. Did you just say you were human? Is kind of like the look on her face, just confused.
I've been lying to you all about my race. I am not human. I am a Kalishtar, which means I can walk in dreams, and my powers come from Galapar, the goddess of dreams and water. So and yesterday I was out because of that, and Angus and Kree have been trying to cover for me basically all day, because I wasn't sure how to tell you guys, but Angus and Kree figured it out, so they knew, but I wasn't sure how to tell you guys about it.
I want to roll perception on that because there's a lot of holes in that.
It wouldn't be perception, it would be insight.
Yeah, insight. I want to roll that because there's a lot of holes.
As much as Melissa wants to also roll insight, Siobhan is super excited by this news because maybe Yorgia can help her with her dream problems.
Yeah,
that came to mind.
She buys the story. She buys it up and sings.
What did you roll?
I didn't roll yet. I'm waiting for Tyler's approval.
You can certainly try.
All right, that's a yes. Go ahead and try.
Also, is Robin still here? Cause you're muted.
Angus.
Oh, oh, that's why people haven't heard me saying things.
Oh,
Yeah,
no!
I was wondering why
that's
Angus has been
why.
silent for so
Oh
long.
no.
Oh dear.
Wow, wow,
Oof.
We love
wow.
you.
Oh, I hope you didn't
I
add
should have
anything.
mentioned it sooner. I'm sorry. I noticed it a while ago.
It's okay. I'm eating, and I didn't want it to get on the like recording or anything.
Oh, that's.
What out of curiosity, what have you said so far?
Certain things such as Angus stares at Yorga with a face saying, didn't you just say?"
Excuse me? So it's like Yorga
Well,
is like
excuse me, princess.
Don't call me
so
princess.
Yorga's got like two people just like staring, well, a cat and Angus staring wide-eyed at her right now, like, wait, didn't you just tell us you were a human?
What you
Did
get,
you
Anchor?
lie to us?
I got 20. A dirty 20.
Nice.
God freaking with the 20s today. What the heck?
Damn it.
And Angus also had said to Siobhan, I'd like to speak to you about what part of the Feywilds you're from.
And honestly, as much as you feel like there are plot holes or things that aren't fully explained, Anchor, you really don't feel like there's enough for you to be thinking that this isn't primarily true.
Well, I believe that Yorga is not human and is what she says she is, but I don't believe that they were covering for her.
You with the modded 20, you feel like that there's more going on. You can't outright pinpoint that they're covering for something else, but you still feel like there's a looming of deception going on.
Some cats there.
Hmm. Well, I think I'm not gonna pry into this because the deal was one secret be shared and another secret be shared, so I'm just not gonna pry.
Whew. But Georgia like sighs in relief that they didn't pry any further and gives Cree a look that's sort of like, it's not cocky, but it's definitely like a "you're welcome" sort of look. Like Georgia did not want to say that, but
There's nothing but gratitude on Kree's face right on her tiny kitty face. There's just gratitude. It's like she'd purr if it wasn't for the fact that Anchor and Siobhan were literally still right outside the door. She's able to hold it back just enough.
Because her
Like,
purrs are as loud as a motor.
it's like there's just nothing but gratitude on her face.
Oh boy. But yeah, so what time of the day is it now?
I hope it's
The
still
amount of
early. I
time-
still want to explore the town.
Yeah, it is still pretty early. It's only been about an hour and a half since you guys woke up.
Technically,
Yeah.
Siobhan also has to perform rites to her goddess, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and quite some time has passed in real life.
Yeah.
So what are y'all doing?
Georgia is like, so now that the air has been cleared on that, would you guys want to like go do something other than staying cooped up in our rooms all day?
Well, I would like to do anything and everything to get out of this situation right now at presently. So, what do you have in mind?
Uh, hmm. I'm not Sure, to be perfectly honest. Hmm.
I will say for you, Yorga, given your personal experiences, do you do remember a few ways to do casual casual rites and in a way finding ways to communicate with deities via candle magic.
Yeah, I do have that trait. I also do have the ability to do I do have a mind link ability where I can telepathically communicate with people, but I'm not sure if you would allow me to use that in order to figure out what's going on with that using that trait.
Mm, I would say for the telepathy mind link spiel, if there's I'm forgetting the bit about that. If there's no indication of like the other person needing to fight against it or anything like that, then you can just
Oh,
go for it.
oh yeah, no, I can. So long as the character can speak at least one language, and it doesn't even need to be the language I speak for them to understand.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do it on any creature that speaks a language. It doesn't even need to be a language I share with them.
Okay. Yeah, then you're fine.
Yeah, and it lasts. Okay. There's no indication on the duration, so I'm guessing. Oh, it's for an hour. There it is.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can do that for an hour. Um, is there anything you want me to roll in order to like get what I'm trying to achieve out of this, which is basically trying to figure out why she's having these dreams, if there's any like weird vibes around her dreamscape.
Roll me Arcana.
Arcana. Come on, come on, come on, come on. 22.
Nice.
You're feeling some hella bad juju.
Can I figure out, is there any way that I can see where it's stemming from? Is it magical in nature? Is it emotional in nature?
It's primarily emotional, but
Okay.
it's now connected to something else.
Okay.
It seems like it's being enhanced or primed by something outside of the mind.
Hmm. Have you had any experiences relating to this event recently? Also, this is her telepathically communicating with Melissa. She doesn't
Siobhan.
want not yeah, Siobhan. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
At least I got the player's name right.
Yeah.
At least I didn't say like Valkyrie or something. Um, is so Yorgia is telepathically conversing with Siobhan, and Siobhan can
Mhm.
do the same thing as well. She just needs to think her thoughts, and Yorgia can hear them right now. Um, is there been any recent experiences with these events? Have you had anything that has set off those memories recently?
Siobhan, uh,
Excuse me.
sorry. Siobhan plumbs her memory and and does she Siobhan sense that this circlet is causing the problems, or has that not dawned on her yet?
It's not quite dawned on you that
I didn't think
yet.
so. Okay.
However, what you do remember, the first thing that does come to your mind is a few flashes of memories back in the dungeon when you were going against Oxer. The taking of the knife, the branding of Oxer, the interrogation, the feeling of a wicked euphoria. Something you remember that something kind of sparked in you, a sort of nihilism that you've never felt before, but also scares you.
Excellent. I relay all of that back in thought to Georgia.
So she's having like, so if I understood that correctly, she's feeling guilty about what happened with Oxer and her feelings towards what we did to Oxer at the time.
Not
and
guilty.
not
Well,
yeah, but kind of like a sense of I like the words Tyler used, wicked euphoria, at doing something like that. Maybe there's a little bit of shame there.
Do you feel like you're becoming like the person who killed your husband?
Little by little, I feel like I'm losing touch with morality, with my moral compass.
Maybe, maybe because of that, you're having these thoughts. But it does. Can I tell that it's something tangible outside of herself that's causing these emotions or these dreams?
Roll me another Arcana.
Drum roll, please. Another 22.
Oh shit! Yes.
Woohoo! Yeah, you definitely have a sense that something is kind of enhancing it from the outside. You can't pinpoint what it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have any objects that are tied to these memories and these emotions?
She takes the circlet off her head. Well, long story short, I constructed this circlet from some rusty daggers, but one of them being the dagger I committed the act with in the dungeon.
That may be why. It may be, for lack of a better term, cursed with what you did with it. And it's kind of acting out. Is there any I don't think I can do that, but do you think there's any like priests or priestesses that we can go to that can like cleanse the object?
That's not a bad idea. Well, Loch did say to commune with my goddess at nightfall.
That would be very much helpful. I think, at least. Who is your goddess again?
Let Melissa look that up again.
So that you don't have to look it up, it is the goddess of the winds and song, Galahad.
Yes. Galahad, thank you. I have to stare at it to make sure I pronounce it correctly. Yes, so she answers, Galahad. I serve Galahad.
Ah, I see. Maybe she can help, and I spent a whole lot of time talking to Galapar yesterday, but I can converse with her tonight. And see if she can impart any knowledge on me as to how I can help you with these dreams.
Excellent. I would be most grateful. I would be forever in your debt if you could figure out what's wrong.
And actually, as you talk further with Siobhan in your mind's eye, you feel that, for lack of better phrasing, you feel yourself, Georgia, kind of dissociating a little bit as part of you feels grounded in the real world, and the other part feels tied to the dream world all of a sudden. As with this talking with Siobhan, you see that you're starting to see a door begin to frame out of the fog in a way. It is ornate with a lot of iconography akin to like earth, flowers, but also a few parts of steel, forging. It's it's for lack of better phrasing, it's straight up Siobhan's door. However, you feel there's some sort of presence that's preventing you from progressing closer towards it.
Hmm. Can I see anything that's preventing me?
Roll me Arcana.
I got a 7.
Oh no. It's a thing. There's
Just the thing.
it's a thing. You're not sure if you need a better connection with Galapar or if there's something that's stopping you from getting closer. Could be both. Could be something else entirely.
I call out to whatever. I call out in the hopes that whatever's blocking is sentient, and I call out to it and ask it to reveal itself.
As you do this, for a moment, the air between you two grows silent as all the rest of you are kind of confused as Siobhan and Yorgia have now just gone silent. You kind of see their faces kind of twitch in expressions every now and then. But upon calling to whatever entity that is Yorgia, you see a red puff of fog slowly begin to come out from behind the door. It becomes thicker and thicker, almost like a smoke as it plumes down onto the ground, spreading as the top kind of tapers before it begins to form the silhouette of a head, and the rest slowly forms into the silhouette of a very thin uh but um, it's still humanoid, but it's very disturbing, the kind of form that you see that emanates the arms and legs out of proportion on this feminine kind of figure, the face gaunt, and the chin like with such a monstrous point, no features on the face whatsoever, as it as the figure comes into being. You see it begin to grow and grow taller and taller, towering until suddenly everything that you see shrinks into a singularity and you're brought fully back into the real world. The connection is severed.
Was that um Georgia thinks she knows who that was.
Also, you cannot talk in you cannot telepathically talk with Siobhan right now either. That's been broken too.
All right, Siobhan says not Siobhan, Georgia verbally says, Siobhan, are you okay?
I think so. She's really shaken up by this. I can't say as I've ever gone into my own consciousness before. That's a new experience.
They finally said something.
What's going on?
Was that
Cree just looks confused. She's so confused. Someone help her.
Can I roll history or something to see if I remember, if I recognize this person?
Sure, go for it.
Well, this god. Can I roll history, or what do you want me to roll for that?
No, roll me history.
Okay.
I want to roll too. It's my subconscious.
Yeah, go for it.
I rolled an 11.
17.
Okay. Yorgia, you really cannot figure out what this is supposed to be. You can deduce that it's not a deity, it's a manifestation of something related to Siobhan. Siobhan? That is a corrupted depiction of Bastia.
Oh shit. Okay. So I look over to Yorgia. I know exactly what it is. I know exactly who it is.
You guys aren't in the same room. I know that,
We're talking
right?
through
Yeah.
a door. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
the
threw a
door has
door.
not been opened
Oh,
yet.
God.
You just did this
I'm
all
so
in
sorry, I
front
forgot
of
about the door.
Anchor and Angus and Crew.
Yup.
Cool. Okay. So instead, I lean towards the door and I say, Yorgia, I know exactly who it is. Open the door and we can talk about it.
And this is
Alright,
where
Kree's
Angus
panicking
knew it was
again.
going to go wrong.
Dad.
We're going to end today's session.
Yeah,
It is
That's a
10.
good place to end it.
Because it
It's-
is 10 midnight
it's
for
Well,
some of
For me, it's 1 a.m.
midnight. Oh my goodness.
I knew exactly where this was going to go.
Such
I was like, at
nuggets.
some
We
point,
got
they're going to be
supper.
like, okay, we've all revealed our secrets. Now open the door and let's all
Yep.
be friends.
Yeah.
Kree is
to be honest-
right now, she's just like debating on trying to like break through the window right now. Like that's where Kree is
stop.
right now.
To be
I can
honest,
just imagine.
I was trying for Ankor. I was like, Ankor, I want Ankor to find out so bad.
I want Ankor to find out so bad too because I know the secret. I've known this whole entire time, and it's so aggravating that my character does not know this.
Well,
But
Siobhan
look,
doesn't either.
I, the player, also think it would be fun that everybody knew. But the character, Kree, she's just not in the right headspace to reveal this yet. Like,
Yeah.
she's had a lot of issues with this whole being a cat thing that she's not ready to, like, risk happening again. So she's gonna try and keep this secret for as long as possible, and I gotta play the character.
Sure, I get that.
I get that too. But now I'm also just imagining Creed just on a window going "Dum, dum, 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 dum," desperately trying to break it.
Thunk, 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 thunk. Well, I also imagine just like there's this video. I don't know if I could find it, but like this video of like a cat getting scared and it runs the length of this like greenhouse and just breaks the window.
You think that
It's
would
like
be Cree?
I mean, if they try and open up the door, it might be.
Oh.
She's debating it. It's either she'll hide under a bed and hope they just don't look down there, or she's going to go for the window. It depends on like where she like mentally is, but it's looking at the window right now.
If
Which now I just
I-
imagine just like Corey's just like trying to figure out what's going on, and now I just imagine just like Kree like rocket like launching herself out a window and just landing straight on Corey. Because you know he's probably going to still try and figure out what's going on.
yeah, but he's playing his music.
That's what he said he was going to do. Do we hear music playing right now?
Oh, should we? We should do our outro.
We should do our outro so that
Oh,
people
yeah,
can
right.
sleep.
Oh yeah.
So, with that said, this has been a new episode of Tabletop Continuum. This has been Ty, Robin, Austin, Valkyrie, and Melissa.
Now fuck off, Craig.
Enjoy your long rest.
Bye!